The cheapest garden is a garden planted in native soil. But what if all you have is grass? Well, I turned this grass into a beautiful garden bed without power tools, and it was free. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. And then I'm going to talk about some little nuances that you need to be careful about when you turn grass into a beautiful garden.
All I have needs, I have not provided.
The first thing you're going to do is lay some cardboard right down onto the top of the grass. Now, where do you get cardboard? Well, if you're getting shipments, you're probably getting boxes that you send to the recycle. Just cut them down until they're flat like these. Get your friends and family to save their boxes for you. If that's not a possibility, then go to the grocery store at around 6:55 in the morning when the overnight shift is taking all those cardboard boxes back to the baler. That's where you can get a lot of free boxes. So I know it's early in the morning, but it may be just a one-time trip and then it's done. The next thing that's free is leaves. Now we have oak trees that give us a gracious supply of leaves every spring. The oak leaves drop their leaves sometime around February, and we just rake them up, and I use these. You see I've got a couple of piles here, and believe it or not, by summer they're all gone. They're all in my garden and they disappear. They actually break down quite easily. So what if you don't have access to a lot of leaves? If you live anywhere near some neighborhoods where you can cruise up and down the streets and see where people have raked up their leaves and put them in bags, well, there's your source. So what I used to do is line the back of my car with a shower curtain. And it's important to use a shower curtain because those bags are wet. And just stop alongside the road and fill up the back of your car. I've come back and forth from a different neighborhood that's near here and just bag after bag after bag, just bring them to my garden. And as I need them, that's when I unload the bags of leaves. This is a chip drop. Technically, this is a drop from a stump grinding company. And so there's a lot of dirt mixed in with this. I prefer the tree chip drop rather than the stump grinding drop, but I'll take what I can get. Now, I did say it was free. Well, a lot of your tree chip guys, they want a tip. So you may have to pay $20 or offer them 20, and that might incentivize them to go ahead and leave you the chip drops. I've asked some before without offering money, and they say, yeah, we'll drop it off, and they can literally be 100 yards away and they drive off. But then if I ask them and give them a little bit of money, 20 bucks, they'll do it. So I guess you could say it may not be free. Some cities have tree mulchers, and they dump that mulch in a lot where anybody can go and get their free mulch. So maybe that's a possibility that you can look into as well. So I just want to show you a little bit here. You see there's a lot of dirt mixed in with that. And it is really good, rich soil because that's where all the tree roots were. And the earthworms love it. But the earthworms also love the tree mulch. The tree mulch without the dirt is a bit easier to handle. Otherwise, I can't tell a difference as far as the performance, as far as how it builds up the soil. Both will build up your soil. So the first thing you're going to do is lay down the cardboard and overlap it so that no grass is showing through. And then the next thing you're going to do is water it. If there's a good rainstorm coming, then weigh it down so it doesn't get blown away and let the rain do it. Otherwise, you're going to need to water it until it gets really good and soaking wet. At the end of the day is a good time to do that. and then turn the water off before you go to bed. And then that way it'll have overnight to just get really good and soggy. The next thing you're going to do is add mulch. And here I am 2 years ago adding mulch to the top of that cardboard. In this next video, I'm showing you how it breaks down quite quickly. Soon after I took that video of pulling apart the cardboard to show you what was underneath, I decided I was going to plant some leftover sweet potato slips right there. And I covered this whole area that was still just mulch with cardboard underneath it. I planted with sweet potato slips, and by golly, most of them lived. And they went on to make sweet potatoes. But there was just one thing that I did learn that you do have to watch out for as you turn your grass into garden soil. I did get a lot of sweet potatoes, but I would say about 1/3 of them had root knot nematode damage. So that is one thing that can happen when you are taking raw land here in Central Florida or throughout the whole Southeast. You're going to have a problem with root knot nematodes. So I do have a video on some ways that you can counteract root knot nematodes. I don't think you're going to completely get rid of them, but you can keep them under control if you can stay on top of it with the advice in that next video that you can click onto at the end of this one. Once I understood that I had some root knot nematodes in my soil, then I treated the soil in the natural ways that I show you in the video. And now, as you can see, I'm not having a problem. Now, one advantage of getting that tree mulch is it helps to control the root knot nematodes because it just brings in the friendly nematodes that well, they overpopulate the unfriendly nematodes. That's the best way I know how to explain it. It doesn't get rid of them. It's just now you've got the good guys more than the bad guys. The only downside to creating a bed that way is, well, you have to be patient. Your bed's not going to be ready to plant in for several months. And it may, depending on your climate, it could take as long as a year. For me, things go really quick here in the subtropics, so I was able to plant those sweet potatoes around 3 or 4 months later. So maybe that's something you can try. Maybe try some sweet potatoes in about 3 or 4 months. I have a whole playlist on how to grow sweet potatoes, and so you want to click on that playlist, or you can click on the video on how to treat your ground for root knot nematodes. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful.
Great